if I could just ask you about your development with through the age groups with England and indeed Man United. How important is that belief, that Man United DNA in the development of young players? You've seen it, there's a wonderful crop coming through with United now. How much belief does that give you that you will be given your chance and you've got a bright future for club and country ahead of you?
Obviously, the pathway is really important, and there's a clear pathway at United, as you can see with, like I was saying before, with Scott, Marcus, Jesse, obviously Paul, all coming through them ranks, and pathway is clear to see. You just got to take your chances and obviously go for it really, and just go for all the age group and stuff. But hopefully have an excited career for England and for Man United, and it's just all good things that could come in the future.
Just to follow up on that, the wonderful thing was that this season it looks as if you had no, inhibitions about playing on the biggest stage. Does that come from that inner belief of the development of young players at United, that you have no fear?
Yeah, obviously, if you're young, you might ask to be played up age groups and stuff like that. So it's really it just comes naturally, really, and every player deals with it differently. But for me, I'm just normally always calm and just always ready to play with a smile on my face, like I said before.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, John. We'll move next to Simon Peach of the Press Association.
Hi, Mason. Thanks for your time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is obviously a former striker himself and has put a lot of faith in you. How much has he helped you improve your game? And an important follow-up question: are you right-footed or left-footed? Because no one seems to know.
Ollie's a big part of my game, really, and obviously he's helped me into where I am now, and he's given me the chances, obviously, to prove everyone what I can do. And I'm glad he's there, and he's a good manager, and obviously he knows what he's talking about because he's been a good goal scorer for Man United. So when he's talking to me, I'm always listening and always taking his advice on. And I just prefer to use any foot really when it comes to me, but I prefer my left foot more than my right, really.
Mystery solved. Next question is from Matt Reed. Matt, you there? Do you want to unmute yourself? No? Okay, we'll move on to Charlie Wyatt of the Sun.
Hi there. You mentioned Marcus earlier and how important he's been. Have you spoken much about how tough the second season is? Because obviously you've had a great breakthrough year, like Marcus did in 2016. But, it's obvious that and understandable the second year does tend to be very difficult. Are you aware of that? And has he spoken to you about it?
Yeah, obviously I'm aware of that. And you just said always got with a smile on your face and just don't really think about anything, really. Just obviously go out there, play with a smile on your face. You're playing for Man United. Not many people do that, so just go out there and work hard and just show everyone what you can do, really. So I'm just looking forward to next season.
And you're confident you'll be able to sort of deal with the expectation, because now obviously you've had such an amazing year. People when you go onto the pitch next season, people will now be expecting you to score, won't they? That's something you've got to deal with. You're obviously confident you can do it.
Yeah, obviously I'm fine to deal with that, obviously, because the pathway at United, you basically learn that anyway when you're going up through the age groups and stuff. So you just, like I was saying before, it all just comes naturally, and I'm just happy for the next season to come along.
Thanks, Charlie. Matt's hand is still raised. So Matt Reed, we'll try one more time. Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, got you now.
Okay, Mason, you're now pretty much at the top. You've made it into the senior England squad. It doesn't go much bigger than this, maybe apart from winning a World Cup or scoring an England goal itself. So at what point, going way back when, did you realise yourself, or did you have a moment when you thought, maybe I'll make it to the top? Because there are hundreds of kids who make it into academies who don't make it. Was there a point for you at some point where you thought, I'm going to do this?
Maybe when I was in like the 18s and 23s, when I was scoring frequently, I had a lot of confidence in myself, and I was just going out there enjoying my football, and I just thought it's getting serious now. I was going up to train with the first team a few times, and I was just waiting for my chance patiently, and as it came on, I took it, so I'm just grateful I did.
Thanks, Matt. Next, we'll go to David Heitman, The Guardian.
Hi, Mason. It's a question about your professional debut for United at PSG in that famous game. Can I just ask you how you felt when Ollie turned to you in the 87th minute with everything on the line? Were you nervous?
Yeah, obviously I was a bit nervous. It was a Champions League game, I was nervous a bit, but I was just raring to go, really. I think all of us on the bench were just waiting for our opportunity to go out there and help the team. And he came and looked at me and put me on. I was just obviously happy to make my debut. And not many people can say that they made the debut in such a special game like that.
And just following up from that, Mason, how much belief did you take from that? Because it takes a special manager to turn to. You were only 17 at the time. How much belief did you take from that?
A lot, really. Just like I was saying, give me a lot of confidence in myself and stuff. To say that he's got confidence in me to put me on in that state of the game, really. So I'm just glad he did, really, because it's helped in my career now, and things are more calm and smooth, really. And I'm just used to all of it because the pressure was high in that game, as you could tell, not just for me, for everyone. So I'm glad he did.
Thanks, David. Next, we'll go to Neil Squires from the Daily Express.
Mason, hi. You mentioned that you found out with your dad that you'd got the call up. I just wondered, do you still live at home with your mum and dad? And does an England call up get you out of chores?
That's a question I'd rather not answer. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll move on to Sammy Mockbell from the Daily Mail.
Hi, Mason. In terms of making the step up from academy football into the seniors, what would you say is the best piece of advice someone has given you? Because obviously the levels are much higher in senior football, and who gave you that advice?
The manager, really. It was Ollie. He says to all of the young players that are coming up, just go out there with a smile on your face. You're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, and just take it on the chin and just go out there and just express yourself, really, and just think about it as it's another normal game, because you've been waiting for that moment all your life, really. So just go out there and enjoy it. And
just following on from that, obviously you've hit the ground running and you scored a lot of goals in your first season, and you mentioned the expectation. Mentally, there's a way that you kind of have to deal with hype surrounding yourself. How have you found that side of the game and that deep interest that there is and the focus that there is on you now?
It's pretty easy. Like the players at United, we get taught like not to really just ignore it, really, and just carry on doing what you're doing, and because everyone will be supporting you when you're doing good, but maybe when you're doing bad, not many people will be supporting you, really. So it's just all about staying calm and just forgetting about it, really, because it's what's on the pitch that's more important.
Thanks, Sammy. Next, we'll go to Matt Law of the Telegraph.
Hi, Mason. Because you're so young and you've already done so well, you're going to get a lot of questions like you have today about various records and the opportunity to set records. Someone mentioned Alan Shearer saying that he thinks you have a chance of beating his record, and I'm sure at some stage you're going to get asked about Wayne Rooney's Manchester United and England record. So I was just wondering, are you someone, even at this age, who wants to break records? Is that a career goal for you, that you see records there and you want to break them, or is it early for that?
Obviously, any young football player would want to break records, and if you didn't, there's probably something wrong. But it's always nice to have visions and goals you set in your football career, and that's one for literally any England forward, really. Just go out there and do your best and break records and just to be remembered forever, really.
And can I just ask a follow-up to Simon Peach's question about your feet? Because you said you slightly favour your left foot. Are you kind of naturally quite two-footed, or did you put in an awful lot of practice on your right foot, therefore, at some stage to get so two-footed?
It's just when I was younger, really, I just put a lot of practice in to both feet, really, and it stayed with me naturally now, and I'm glad I did it at such a young age, because it benefits me in my game today, and I'm just glad I did it.
Thanks, Matt. And we'll end with Rob Dorset back in with an embargo question.
Thanks, Mason. Listen, this is a big issue. Tomorrow, it's 100 days since the death of George Floyd, and we've seen everybody in the Premier League making really poignant kind of symbolic gestures with taking the knee before a game, etc. How do you feel the sport has changed in those 100 days, do you think?
It's changed massive, really, because we've got the logos on the side of our shirts, and also we do the 1 knee before the game. And as the Premier League, we just try to send a message out there to the whole world that it's important for everyone to know the reasons why, and obviously because we don't want racism in football or anywhere really in the world worldwide. So it's good that the Premier League are trying to send a message out there for everyone.
And have you spoken to your New England teammates about whether you'll take the knee ahead of this game against Iceland and again against Denmark? And would you like to see it continued in the Premier League by everybody next season?
Yeah, me more likely will be doing that, really, because it's obviously it's a big thing now in football that everyone notices it, really, and obviously a lot of people watch football, as you can see. So I'll send a good message out there for everyone, and for my part, I'd like to see it next season as well, to stay there as well.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Rob.
Thank you.
That concludes today's media conference. Of course, the recording can be available on request, so do let us know if you're interested, and we'll see you later on for the next round of media conferences.